Total Sports Zone. All sports, all action. One zone.
Today, we're digging into a story that's about so much more than just hockey. It's about a living legend, what drives him, and a question that even the biggest sports fans struggle with. What do you do when you've already reached the top of the mountain? And this is really the heart of it all. We're talking about Alex Ovechkin, the Great Eight. He has smashed records, he's lifted the Stanley Cup. So what is the motivation for lacing up the skates for a grueling 21st season? Let's get into it. All right, so let's try and unpack this whole puzzle. You've got a player who has, seemingly nothing left to prove, and he's playing for a team that's facing some pretty serious challenges. To really get what's going on with Ovechkin, you have to look at his team, the Washington Capitals, because they are not the powerhouse they were just a year ago. I mean, last season, they were dominating the East. This season? Whoa. It is an uphill battle just to get into the playoffs. That huge shift makes his choice to keep playing even more fascinating. But don't get it twisted, Ovechkin isn't just some legacy player hanging on. No way. At 40 years old, in his 21st season, he is still an absolute force. He's got 24 goals, 51 total points. He's tied for the team lead in scoring. So even with the team struggling, he's still their engine. He's still the guy they look to for those signature one-timers. Now, to really appreciate why it's so remarkable he's still out there, we need to take a quick look back at his legendary career. I mean, understanding what he's already done is totally key to understanding why he's still doing it. This number says it all. 921 goals. Last season, he did what so many people thought was just impossible. He passed Wayne Gretzky to become the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer. For decades, Gretzky's record was like the Mount Everest of hockey. It was considered totally unclimbable. Well, Ovechkin proved them all wrong. And his whole journey with the Washington Capitals, it's just this incredible story of loyalty. He was drafted #1 back in 2004, debuted a year later, and has played his entire 21-season career for this same team. I mean, think about it. In an era where players move around all the time, that's almost unheard of. So here's the bottom line. He's done it. He has climbed to the highest peak in his sport. He has absolutely, positively nothing left to prove to anyone. Which of course brings us right back to our big question. So what could possibly motivate a 40-year-old superstar to go through the grind of a tough season when he's already achieved, well, everything? You might think it's for one last shot at the cup, or a bigger paycheck, or maybe there's some obscure record he still wants to chase. But it turns out the answer is a lot simpler and a lot more human than all of that. And there it is, straight from the man himself. When he was asked why he's still playing, this was his answer. It's not about the stats, it's not about the glory, it's about the atmosphere, the locker room, and a pure, simple love for the game. It all just boils down to this one powerful idea: camaraderie. That mutual trust and friendship that's built in the trenches, in the locker room, on the ice. That's his fuel. For the greatest goal scorer in NHL history, the love of the game and his teammates, well, that outweighs any individual award. Okay, so we understand his motivation for this season. But what about beyond that? What does the future actually hold for this legend? And the reality is, we just don't know. He's playing his cards really close to his chest. He's not expected to make any kind of announcement about a possible 22nd season until this one is completely over. So yeah, the entire hockey world is just going to have to wait. And that really leaves us with this final thought. Alex Ovechkin's story goes way beyond hockey. It forces all of us to think about a universal question of purpose. When you've achieved every external goal, when you've broken every single record, what's the real final score? For the Goal King, it seems the answer isn't in the record books, but in the joy of playing the game and the bonds he's forged with his teammates